Let's go, let's go, let's go. Welcome in, SleezBall here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is going to be my 10 bounce back players heading into week 7. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you scroll down below, smash that like, smash that subscribe. Helps me out a ton. Trying to bring you the best fantasy football content to help you win your leagues. But first, let me show you what you're going to be hearing all night on Monday Night Football.
Touchdown 49ers.
Bang! All right, let's head down. So I'm going to give you 10 players that bounce back this week in week 7. I am also going to give you a little light bulb prediction. If you see my Twitter or anything, I try to predict the points that are happening for the bounce back player. And last week, I was damn near close on all of them. I went 7 for 10, but the misses were really, really close on points. But it's still a miss. I still count it that way. So let's dive into it here, guys. Let's get it started. All right, so the first player I want to talk about here, I'm going to go through a different couple things here. The first player for the bounce back on this week is going to be Aaron Jones. So you can see that he's doing warm-ups during practice today right here. All signs point from the Packers camp that he's good to go for week 7. Now, the best part about this is I know you have to temper expectations a little bit because it is week, his first week back from injury. But here we go. So he plays the Denver defense, guys. So week 1, Josh Jacobs wasn't really there. The holdout held him back. They only allowed 60 yards rushing week 1 for the Raiders for the Denver D. Now we're going to go to week 2. We're going to break this all the way down, okay? Denver Broncos, week 2. They go up against the Commanders and Brian Robinson, okay? Brian Robinson goes for 87 and 2 teeters. Massive fantasy game. Curtis Samuel with a reverse for 13, so they give about 122 yards week 2 to the Redskins. Big game for Brian Robinson. Major fantasy points, over 20. Week 3 for the Broncos. They go up against the Dolphins. Oh, my goodness. They allow 350 yards rushing. Devon Achane goes for 203. Mostert goes for 80. Chris Brooks even goes for 66. Monster game against the run D for Denver that week. Week 4, Denver defense here. Here we go again. Let me find them real quick. Am I missing them? I think I missed them. They're always in the gray for the loss category. Denver. Struggling to find Denver in week 4 right now. Am I passing it? Oh, okay. They get the win week 4, but they play the Bears. Okay. So here we go. Bears rushing versus the Denver Broncos, 171 total. You get 103 from Herbert. Fields goes for 25, and the bench players go for another, 50 off the bench. They still lose the game. Another 170. Okay. Week 5, Denver Broncos rushing defense right here. Jets. Breece Hall goes off. 22 for 177 and a teeter. They give up 234 on the ground. This defense right now, there's week 6, the last defense versus the Chiefs. I thought Pacheco would have a bigger game here. So Pacheco goes for 62. They only give up 96 this week. But statistically on the season, the Denver Broncos to an RB1. I know Josh Jacobs week 1 was a little blemish, but they're averaging over 20-plus points a game per running back one that plays them. It is a smash play for Aaron Jones. Number 2 player is going to be Devonte Adams. So at the moment right now, the Raiders have done back-to-back games. Devonte Adams is frustrated. He's tweeted it out saying, I need the ball more. This game script isn't helping out. Now it is time where they feed the beast this week. And they get the Bears without Justin Fields, man. This is going to be a smash Raider play. Smash Josh Jacobs. Smash Devonte Adams. Even maybe Jacoby Myers. I mean, you could see that. But here's what's interesting. Josh Jacobs is the number 1 targeted wide receiver in the red zone, which is exactly what you love. Just give this guy a quarterback, man. He's had 3 quarterbacks on the year. Jimmy G, Aiden, and even Brian Hoyer last week. And he's still Devonte Adams. So, I mean, look at this target metric of 21% every single time he's in the red zone. It's ridiculous with Devonte Adams. He's an absolute monster, 24/7. Smash him in your lineup this week. Player number 3, Brock Purdy. So, Brock Purdy had a really, really, really rough last week, week 6. But I called this. I said sit Brock Purdy. I said sit George Kittle. He's going to be chip blocking. The Ravens, the Niners, whenever they play Jim Schwartz, they're 1-9 against Jim Schwartz. He dominates. For some reason, he has some game plan that puts the Niners to shambles every time. I can't explain it. We did lose CMC. We did lose Debo. I say we. I'm a Niner fan. Purdy was 12 for 27 with 125, a TD, and a pick, and he missed Ayuk wide open. He missed CMC wide open. It was a bad game for him. I'm not gonna make any excuses for it. You shouldn't lose to a backup quarterback. But now you get the Minnesota Vikings. This is gonna be absolute bounce back Purdy game, 3+ TDs or something like that. Depends on if the game gets out of hand or not. We don't know if CMC's playing it or not. But I love the Brock Purdy play this week. Heading into player number 4, Puka Ngata. This guy is on an absolute tear, man. So here's what's interesting. Puka Ngata still, right now, I'm going to pull it up here. Let me go to my tweet real quick. So there it is right there. Puka Ngata is still number 2 in the NFL in targets. That is the volume that you absolutely want. Number 1 is Jamar Chase with 73. Puka has 70, okay? Now, they get the Pittsburgh defense, which their front 7 is solid. You can say they could double Cooper Kupp. It's not going to matter. Puka Ngata did drop a touchdown on a dope diving catch last week. He could have would have had a bigger day. He only had 4 fantasy points. I still believe that you can play Puka as a wide receiver 2 weekly. Matt Stafford looks locked in. This offense with Sean McVay is thriving. I know they lost Kyron Williams, so now they're bringing in 4 running backs. They brought in Myles Gaskin. They brought in Darrell Henderson. They're bringing in, what's the other guy's name? I'm blanking. I'll think of it. Zach Evans is the rookie, and then number 4 is, Royce Freeman. Okay, I didn't have to look it up. So it's going to be more of a pass-heavy game here. Puka Ngata should be a smash play this week against the Steelers at home. Player number 5, Marquise Brown. So Marquise Brown last week only had 5 fantasy points, but he had a TD for 65 yards called back and another wide open bomb that Josh Dobbs missed him. And you got Kyler Murray lurking. This is a buy now candidate of mine as well, or buy low candidate of mine as well, coming off a bad week. He still has been consistent all year. Marquise Brown is still number 12 in the NFL in targets at 53. He still is on the field at 91%. He's out there all the time, something you like. And the volume of the Cardinals always playing from behind. They get the Seattle soft defense. Absolute smash play here for Marquise Brown this week. Bounce back player number 6. Get the Ferrari ready to go. It's been sitting in the garage too long. And we got David Montgomery, who was already ruled out this week with a rib injury. Looks like he might even be out even longer. And this is Baltimore Ravens, pass work, run work. Even Craig Reynolds has a hamstring injury. We don't even know if he's going to play. This is how I feel when I see Jahmyr Gibbs right here. Just get the Ferrari out of the garage. It's time to go. And I feel like he's going to have a smash game of 15+ points this week. That's what I predicted on Twitter. And if you guys want to follow along with all my content on Twitter, I drop crazy stats, everything you need to know, target per route run, routes caught, snap share per position, everything you need to know, QBR, passes over 20 yards. I drop all crazy stuff on here. Greatly appreciate it if you drop me a follow on there as well. Bounce back player number 7, Jordan Love. So Jordan Love, currently at the moment right now, has not put together a first half all year long. I mean, every single game, it's 2 points of fantasy in the first half. I can't explain it. I know he didn't have Christian Watson for the first 4 games. We could, you could use that if you want. And he hasn't had Aaron Jones. But still, their schedule has been really, really easy. And this should be an absolute smash Jordan Love play here. There's no better get-right game than the Denver defense. If you just saw from what I previously showed with the running backs, everything, Denver is in shambles. They're looking to blow it up, trade pieces here. They're probably going to trade Judy, maybe Sutton. You don't know what's going to happen with Javonte Williams. You don't know with Russell Wilson. It's all shambles right now for the Denver Broncos. You don't want to start any Broncos, but you want to play everyone against them. Bounce back player number 8, DK Metcalf. This guy's driving me crazy, man. So let's just go like this. We'll pull up his fantasy. Look at these numbers right now. This is a guy you drafted late second round right now. He's averaging 8.3, 10.3 fantasy points per game. For a guy that you drafted in the second round, that is not what you want to see from DK Metcalf. But here it is. They get the Arizona Cardinals, and the Arizona Cardinals corner number 1 and corner number 2 combined together are the worst PFF ranked corners in football. Everyone smashes this defense. The only question is, for me, is how long are the Cardinals going to stay in this game, if they even do? And or is it going to be a Kenneth Walker, blow him up show where Kenneth Walker goes for 30 points and 3 touchdowns? That's the only teetering problem question I have. But DK Metcalf should be a smash play this week, and I want to see him break the 20-point mark. Give me 100 yards in a TD, DK. Give me something. But if there's ever a week, this is going to be it. Buy low now if you can. That's on DK. That's 100%. Player number 9. I don't understand what goes on here. This is driving me crazy with James Cook. I mean, you have Latavius Murray. You have Damian Harris, who's now went to the hospital, had a concussion. Hope he's okay. This is like a Bijan Robinson thing to me. James Cook is so much better than Latavius Murray and Damian Harris. Why do they not give this guy the ball? Why is he seeing such low usage? I just don't understand it. It's blowing my mind. I'm trying to pull it up here in a second. Let me see. Who did I trade him to? Okay. So look at this. James Cook, last week, against the Giants, they were in the game. He still saw 14 carries. Week 5 versus Jacksonville, he had 5 carries. 12 carries, 15 carries, 17 carries, 12 carries. This guy needs to be seeing 20 touches a game. I know week 1, he had the receptions. So total on the year, he's only had 1 game where he's seen 20 touches. That's it. And that's like a Bijan Robinson thing to me as well. I see Bijan get 13 carries. They're so electric in the open field. Get your playmakers the ball. Stop trying to outcoach yourself and just let your stars go. James Cook is better than everyone on the team. But I feel like this is going to be a bounce back game for him. He gets the Patriots. The Patriots offense is horrendous. And you're going to get, this should be like a 20-plus carry game. They should blow them out 35-3. The Patriots can't even get a first down. So this should be an absolute smash play for James Cook this week. Player number 10, tied end number 2 on the year. Sam Laporta is playing out of his mind. Did have a bad week last week. He's averaging 10.8 points per game. But I did say last week that with Sam Laporta, you're going to need to temper expectations a little bit, because that's the first game they had Amon-Ra, Jameson Williams, and Josh Reynolds out there, and you didn't see as much Laporta volume. So you saw all that Laporta volume to start off with, there's no Amon-Ra for a couple weeks. There was no Jameson Williams with suspension. You had Montgomery hurt. You had Gibbs hurt. Now you're getting the whole, crew rolling again. I still think his snap share is still up there enough at tight end 1 volume. I mean, he's playing 81% snaps. He's at number 9. He's only ran, 150 routes, but he does get targeted on 28% of his routes, so he's definitely still a must start. But again, those numbers are kind of skewed to me because the whole team wasn't out there. The whole, So last week was, I don't know if it's a blemish. I hope it's not. I am going to put Sam Laporta on a bounce back this week. I like him a ton, especially in the matchup versus the Ravens. The Ravens secondary is beat up a ton. And I think that's going to be a smash play for Laporta. So, that is it, guys. That is it for my week 7 players, bounce back players this week. I dropped predictions. Also, I dropped their scores on Twitter. I could have read them. I should have done that in the video. Didn't do it. As always, if you guys like the content, make sure you scroll down below, smash that like, smash that subscribe, help your boy out. If you have any comments, questions, or anything about fantasy football this week, rosters, trades, dynasty, whatever it is, I'll answer them as fast as I can, drop them in there. And I'll catch you guys in my next video, the bold prediction, guys. Peace out.